Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gayest Greatest Secret Tavern this side of Limsa Laminsa. Yes, it is the Queer Buccaneer. I'm your host of the Motion Star Behind the Bar, Captain Eden Jackson, and this is your regularly scheduled Wednesday night art nonsense bullshit thing. How are you all doing today? Quick off the top, some housekeeping. You may notice the on-screen music thing not there anymore, and that is because I have finally dropped Spotify. And it's something that I have been meaning to do for a long time. Most recently it was the fucking ICE adverts. Before that it was the Spotify money going to an arms manufacturer. Before that it was all of the AI bollocks, and before that it was giving like 0.0001 cents for every stream. And like, it's on me for taking so long to just fucking drop it. But it's fucking difficult, isn't it? It's fucking difficult. And before that, it was giving money to Joe Rogan. Before all of that, it was giving money to Joe Rogan, because fuck that guy. It was just sort of been everything at once. Like, it wasn't strictly the doesn't Spotify also only pay their top 1% ads? I don't know about that, but it would not fucking surprise me. But I don't think there was like a straw that broke the camel's back. Me and Zach just sort of looked at each other and went like, yes, we should just fucking, like, we've been looking at each other going like, we should move. We should stop this for a long time. And the other day I just went, I'm going to go check out Tidal, see what Tidal's like. And then, so we're currently on a free trial of Tidal. The only streaming service that pays over 1 cent per stream, by the way. Jesus fucking Christ. So we're currently on a free trial of Tidal, but I think we're going to go down the return to iPod route. I think we're going to become iPod people. We found this Eastern European music purchasing platform that charges like 8 cents for a song. And I still guarantee that, like, buying an entire album for £1 on there, I'm still, like, the artist will still end up with more money than Spotify ever gave them from my listening. We're building like indie bands were buying off, like proper indie bands were buying off of Bandcamp. Slightly bigger bands were buying off of this dodgy Eastern European site. Huge bands, I'm just gonna say it. If I wanted to listen to Queen Greatest Hits, I'm just going to pirate it, because they don't need any more of my money. We're returning to iPod. I am trying to sort of build a Linux media server and then use that as my own personal Spotify. I think Zach wants to return to iPod though. Zach, he mentioned not wanting to listen to music on his phone anymore, which fair. People should be on their phones less. I should be on my phone less. But yeah, one of the side effects of that is no on-screen music. I did look for a Tidal one. Nobody's built one yet, because there was like 12 people on that streaming service. But yeah, everyone drop Spotify. Everyone in chat, drop Spotify. Whoever downtown once again. Hannah, all you missed was some housekeeping about music. TLDR, I've quit Spotify. So there's no more Spotify widget. Right now what we're going to do is message the bands and say, I'll pay you £1 for you to play a live song to me, and that was the way that I do. Yeah, for real. Fucking for real. Like, if I, again, there's this fucking website we found, I think it's IO Moyo or something like that. and I'm in the process of leaving Spotify because we get Amazon Music. Okay, that is like a lateral move from evil to evil. I don't think I've bought anything on Amazon for 10 years. I will not use an Amazon anymore. Yeah, simulating one every day. To me, it was all like, oh yeah, better for your pocket. And that's a good move. Although to be fair, we pay for YouTube Premium. It's the only streaming service we pay for. Well, except Triller, but I consider specialty streaming services to be different. The only sort of mainstream streaming service we pay for is YouTube Premium. That comes with free YouTube Music. And yeah, I still use Spotify because YouTube Music fucking sucks. Like, I was an avid user of Google Play Music back when that was a thing. And fuck me, they changed that to YouTube Music, and YouTube Music blows chunks. Are we saying fuck Spotify? Because we are saying fuck Spotify. I finally fucked off Spotify. I am currently on a Tidal free trial, and I'm moving to returning to iPod. / building my own streaming service out of a Linux media server that Hannah has helped me with a while ago. Yeah, that was all started by the fact that I'm saying sorry. There's no longer an on-screen music widget because that was a Spotify thing, and fuck Spotify. But yeah, fuck Spotify for real. The more you learn about Spotify, the more you think, I want to fire that man out of a cannon. Returning to iPod should be. I'm sure returning to iPod is about it. We've got like a fair chunk of CD. Speaking of physical media, like, I'm not going like physical media like CDs and stuff. Like we've got a fair chunk of CDs. We've got a fair chunk of vinyls. I'm just saying like owning media again, even if it's like owning digital media. Like, I want it downloaded onto a hard drive, onto my Linux laptop that I can stream off of. Have you heard of the Echo Mini? I've not heard of the Echo Mini. Let me Echo Mini. To me, that's like, is that not the Amazon Alexa thing? Does that know what that is? Portable lossless HD music player, Echo Mini. Look at this, gamers. That's a sexy little thing. Oh, that's gorgeous. That. What does the retro nano one look like? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. That's absolutely fucking beautiful. I am going, how much are they? Like, how much is an Echo Mini? Give me a number. Give me a price. It's very pretty. Give me a number. Give me a price. Give me a number. 15 hour battery life. That's pretty good. Give me a price. Give me a price. Why would you give me a price? If the only place I can buy this is Amazon, I'm going to be so mad. I was literally just going to like buy a fucking buy an old iPod from a cashies, you know. But this kind of whips, man. AliExpress. Oh, 40 quid. Oh. Buy an old one. Again, I was just going to buy an old iPod. Because you can get like I'm going to check when this ships, and this might be a Christmas present for Zach. I'm going to bookmark this page. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Amber. I'm going to bookmark this page, come back to this later. Yeah, I was just gonna buy an old, because you can get something called Rockbox that like it's a software layer, like an OS layer that sits on top of the inner gubbins of the iPod, and it just makes it like plug and play. So you don't have to go through iTunes anymore, which is really fucking handy. Because the last thing I want to do with music is give money to Spotify. The second to last thing I want to do is have to download iTunes. Can y'all hear that fucking party on sax in the background? Oh, that's a bit sexy, isn't it? I don't know what song this is, but this kind of whips. Um, what fucking song is this? This is Secret of the Forest by the One Ups. And they fucking sampled September. That's cool. You did Blue the other week. Red is on the list. I can send you iTunes on USB stick if you prefer. Neil, I just said I don't want to fucking fuck with iTunes. And also, I don't think iTunes is Linux compatible, and Zach's a Linux guy now. But yeah, like I think you put Rockbox on over the top of Kaboom! Load to Center, thank you for the raid. We're just talking about music and how we're all saying fuck Spotify and how we're gonna do music from now on. Yeah, iTunes is still a thing. Apparently iTunes is still a thing. Like, I think you still need iTunes if you have an iPhone. Don't know. I switched to, okay, my current plan is I'm currently on a free trial of Tidal, and then after this I'm using this free trial of Tidal to see what of my like 2,000 Spotify likes that I transferred over, to see what of those I actually want, and then we're just gonna go buy them and return to iPod. But yeah, or the fucking Echo Mini thing that Amber put in chat, which is really, really sexy little piece of kit. I remember looking ages ago and they couldn't figure out how to get iTunes to live me, and just they killed it for Apple Music. I think you still use iTunes to like sync an iPhone. To be fair, I've not owned an iPhone in like over a decade. Fuck iPhones. But iTunes also isn't Apple Music. Also, iTunes also isn't, because Apple made it music on Mac. Because more people don't have iPhones, as well, stop making iPods. Yes, that's true. iPods ruled though. Fucking let's all just go buy an iPod. Should we all just go buy iPods? The thing is, like, this Echo Mini, is it compatible with Bluetooth headphones? Because my headphones are Bluetooth now. And I have a headphone cable that plugs into them, but most people don't. It is. Hell yeah! That's Zach's Christmas present sorted. Thank you for that. I completely lost my train of thought there. As outputs for aux and jack headphones, that's hell yeah. Been enjoying these, I can still get to use my Ticker plugin to put it on screen. Yeah, mine was fucking Spotify or YouTube Music only, unfortunately, which sucks. Which is again what this whole fucking conversation started from, me saying sorry that the Spotify widget isn't screen anymore. And it just also has just devolved. So I need to find a music with a tuner plugin. So I just used fucking Nutty Lamau on Twitch. I just use his Spotify widget on his shop. I think his shop is just like nutty.stuff or something. And it looks really dodgy setting it up, but I'm like, I trust this guy. And if it fucks up my Spotify, I'll just cancel my account. I realized, like, one of my old roommates is still on my Spotify family plan, and he's not spoken to me in like a year. So that's going to be really fun when I cancel that family plan. But yeah, fuck Spotify. I'm canceling the family plan tonight after stream, because I had to wait for Zach to tell his mum that we're canceling it, and because she's on our family plan, because apparently she can't set up her own Spotify account. So now that he's back, I can like go, okay, we're canceling it now. You go to Tidal. Anyway, shall we do a minute crypto? This is what we do around here. We spent 20 minutes talking about absolute wank. Let's do the minute cryptic, shall we? I've still got this open. This will stay open. Today's crypto crossword clue: false image in which water finally appears. Okay. So my first instinct with this is the words false image is there, and also the word water is there. So my instinct is the answer mirage. I don't know how you get mirage from any of this clue, but is the word mirage. because false image and water, that's mirages, right? False image in which water? Which water? This water. I'm gonna try mirage, and if it's right, oh, we've lost the music. We lost the music. Okay, we lost the music. Sorry about that. I'll try mirage, and if it's right, we'll watch the explainer, and the guy, the very nice guy, will explain why we get mirage from this. Okay. Hooray! It could be the mysterious atlet clue. Okay, let's watch the explainer. He's very excited in this thumbnail. Let's watch the explainer. Hold up. Need to pause you. And not you.
Today's cryptic crossword clue is water finally appears in false image. This clue comes to us from...
You've got it. I need explaining.
James and Ollie, I think we need to make a change. You're adding so many good clues. I think I need to stop...
I don't get it. I don't get it.
At the start of the videos. This is just too much. It's like every fourth video I say this.
Oh, is it very quiet? Hold up.
Please keep sending in your amazing clues. Please keep workshopping them with us. This was not workshop. This was as it appeared to us. But I won't be saying your names anymore. Another change that I want to float, and I think I'll float...
Shut up. Get to the clue. Get to the clue.
Is how we present andlets.
It's an andlet. You said that. I don't know what that means, though.
And the whole clue is the wordplay. And this clue is an andlet, and we have signified our andlets by the punctuation on the end, the exclamation point and the question mark. But I think we might want...
Water finally is R appearing in image.
Obvious in how we float.
That makes sense.
Because with the punctuation on the end, it kind of makes andlets quite easy to solve because it really telegraphs very often.
Oh, is that what that... Okay, I'm learning. That's what that means.
And so if we remove that punctuation...
No, don't remove that punctuation.
...to be some of our harder clues, which I
don't
think
do that.
is a good thing. I also think it's a good thing because it stretches...
Okay, so if you guys have got that, so the clue is water finally, so the R from water. This man makes me so angry. This clue is quite straightforward. Like he is like, but like his job is crossword. Of course he thinks the clue is straightforward, unless it makes him like reference an obscure Tchaikovsky production. Oh, my coffee went cold. So the water finally appears in image. Okay, I get it. Kona, welcome. I'm with you now. I've got it. Let's go back to here. That was really loud. I do apologize. Because now the music and the YouTube are coming out the same thing, and I need to deal with that. Because we said fuck Spotify, hooray! Let's spin the wheel. Should we spin the wheel? Here is your obligatory time. If you want to add anything to the wheel, do it now. If you have any, if you're not familiar with the wheel, let me explain to you the concept of the wheel. We have this big wheel. Pins is an anagram of spin. You're so right. We have this big wheel. It's got lots. So is nips. We've got this big wheel. It's got lots and lots of fictional companies on it. We're talking companies from video games, brands like Nuka-Cola and Blue and Red from Team Fortress, and all a bunch of like stuff like that. Fist of Justice from Pokemon ZA, stuff like that. We have a bunch of those on a wheel, and then at about this point in the stream, we Nuka-Cola. We spin the big wheel, and wherever the wheel lands, we make a new logo for that company. Or sometimes we make a company. We make a logo for that company, because we did We did Lysander Labs a couple of weeks back when Legends EA dropped. We did Lysander Labs, and that just didn't have a logo because Pokemon's really shit with logos. So if you have anything that you want to add to the wheel, here is your chance. Get it all out of your system. Use the redeem to get everything. I think Wonka's Chocolate Factory is already on there. I think it might be. Every Organs EA has a logo now, but I don't like Fist of Justice. I don't know what Fist of Justice is. Mishima Zaibatsu, that's on there. That is on there. Mishima Zaibatsu is a great one. We did Majima Construction. I think one of my favorites has been Majima Construction, because it started with the idea of turning the Majima family crest upside down, and I thought that was really, really clever. And I gave myself a big pat on the back and had a very large piece of cake because of that. Should we spin? Have you got it all out your system? You got it all out your system? What's the Department of Death from, Neil? What's the Department of Death from? Yeah, Majima Construction is so banging it's on a shirt. Thank you, Demo. Or is the Department of Death just something you have made up? Shall we spin the wheel? Grim Fandango. That's a game I have not played. Maybe I should play Grim Fandango at some point. Maybe I should play that. Spin the wheel! Ooh. Venture Industries. Venture Industries. I assume from Venture Brothers. I know very little about Venture Industries. But I should probably remove that from the list now. And yes, I know there's a lot of overflow issues on the list. We just got to deal with that. I'm not a coder, and I don't know how to fix that. Right, let me get my spinning wheel names big doc. We've got where is it? We need to take Monsters Inc. off because we did Monsters Inc. last time, and we need to take off the one we're doing this time, which is Venture Industries. And let's fucking go. So, this used to be a speed run because I only had 2 hours realistically to do this, but now it's a lot chiller because I'm not like stuck for time. I'll still do the timer anyway, but don't expect me to break any records. Venture Industries. So that means we can do this a little bit more thoroughly. Not that one. Okay, there's a real Venture Industries. This looks so fake. This looks so fake. This can't be a real company. Look at that. That's so shite. What do they do? What do you do? There's a whole page for that. What we do. Oh, it's page ID 17. This is a very well-built website. Using a variety of high-tech elastomers, we're able to create a rubber sleeve covering for straight and or bowed rollers. What are you talking about? This website is not finished. But you have your address. What do you do? This is such a established 1989. Yeah, I did something filming in Poland a few years back in Sarasota Airport where they were waiting for people landing. Venture Industries. Nestled in Rock Hill, we are a short drive away from the commerce centers in both South Carolina and North Carolina. Our state-of-the-art facility packed with over square feet of production space. See for yourself. Look at all of these stock images. 5 things that are cool. This is a shell company. This is a shell company. I'm 100% sure of it. Should we give them a call? Let's not give them a call. That would be an insane thing to do. There's a Venture Industries on Company's House as well that I don't think is the same. in many ways, reminiscent of venture industries. It's just very much falling apart and not finished since the founder died. I see. This is another. This is the okay. This has got to be the Polish one. A second venture industries has hit the stream. Okay, we finally found it's fandom. It's fandom wiki, and you know how we feel about fandom wiki. But at the very least, it's can I fuck this off? Can I fuck this off? I fucked it off. Okay. Venture Industries, not to be confused with Venture Techno Industries, I'm sure we'll get to that later, is a privately owned company of the Venture family. Once renowned for its innovations in technology and science, Venture Industries fell from grace during Jonas Venture Sr.'s passing. The Venture compound was its headquarters before moving to New York City. Venture Industries was founded at an unknown time by Jonas Venture Sr., who grew it into one of the world's largest and most prominent companies that was at the forefront of what is super science? Are they just giving people powers? It's like giving people powers. Oh, it's just, I see. It's like comic book shit. Oh, what a swanky guy. Very Saxon Hale-esque. Sci-fi science, yeah, super shit. Comic book bullshit, like shrink rays and other such associated bollocks. 3 divisions: consumer products division, personal everyday products and terms such as helper. I gotta look at this guy. I was expecting cuter. If I'm a little bit disappointed in that character design. I thought it was going to be cuter. Learning beds. Hate that so much. Chat, I have Lebkuchen. I love a bit of Lebkuchen. It's that Christmas time to get all the weird German stuff from your Lidl's and Aldi's. That's just various things, various configurations of marzipan and biscuit and raisin and cinnamon, and they're all great. They're all winners. Every single one, delicious in its own right. Anyway, 3 divisions. There's a helper with an bed, manufactures airplanes, boats, and cars. A defense contract division that built machines and weapons for the military, and a media production division that created and ran the Rusty Venture Show, comic stories and overall team image of Team Venture. What's the Rusty? There's so much to this show. Maybe I should watch this show. I should probably watch this show. I love get Leb Kitchen stock a partner when it possible. That's clever. That's clever. That. After the death of his father, Thaddeus Venture, then a college student, put in charge of the company. Due to Rusty's ineptitude, the company went into a gradual decline as there were a few new innovations of value. Assets such as the New York headquarters and its consumer products and media divisions were sort of cash, and all the employees eventually let go, leaving only Rusty helper. Wait, it's Thaddeus Rusty? Is Thaddeus? Yes, Thaddeus is Rusty. They address him as Thaddeus exactly once. Do not explain that his nickname is Rusty, and then address him as Rusty for the rest of the article. That is bad writing. But then this is a fandom wiki. It was probably written by a 15-year-old. Who the fuck's Hector Molina? A guy. And Swifty, who is also a guy. 2 janitors. Rusty barely kept the company afloat, running by continuing to sell off the old assets. Technology and inventions was far zero, as well as fulfilling some defense contracts for the government. By selling them weapons such as the U-Ray and Venture Steins. What is an U-Ray? It shoots ooh. And Venture Stein is a Frankenstein, I assume. Sorry, I'm still a little bit bunged up. I'm trying not to cough directly into the microphone, but I apologize. Venture Industries was later be revived somewhat under the management of Jonas Venture Jr. He's the little twerp, isn't he? Yeah. No, that's not who I was talking about. Who am I referring to as the little twerp? The main 2 little twerp-ass guys. Who are they? Who are the little twerp-ass guys? The little, like, Hardy Boys looking motherfuckers. Not like Matt and Jeff, the other Hardy Boys. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. People that have watched Venture Bros know what I'm talking about. Scott and Hank, thank you. Scott and Hank. I don't know who this guy is. He looks pretty cool, actually. These guys, these fucking twerp-ass dorks. Look at him! Oh, look at him! You could fucking bounce him like a basketball. What a dickhead. Like, I'd bully him. I'd bully him if we were in school together. And I was usually the bullied one. If we were in class together, they'd bully him instead of me. And that's a low bar. Venture Industries appears to have been abandoned after the Monarch burned down the Venture compound. Rusty had inherited Venture Techno Industries after JD's death and finally moved into Ventech. So what is Venture Techno Industries? And what makes it different to Venture Industries? Because, like, from what I'm learning, Venture Industries doesn't exist anymore. It just kind of doesn't exist. I don't know when this bit happened. The Monarch burned down the compound. Is that like the end of the show? Okay. So Ventech is just like an apple. Okay. So Ventech is it's the last few seasons. So it's like Archer after ISIS gets dissolved. Really poor name choice for that. So it's like Archer after ISIS gets dissolved. I see. Skunkworks. Got technology industry that's working on fucking skunks. Right. Does Venture Industries have a logo? Ever? Venture Industries logo. Industries. Does it have a logo at all? This. Okay. This I can work with. Why isn't this anywhere on this page? Why is it not anywhere on the page? That's actually, that's a pretty, like, all things considered, that's not bad. Like, that's a pretty good old-ass science company logo. I don't even know, like, what you would compare it to. But that's generally a pretty good, science-ass logo. The big old V with one of them basketball-ass planets. Science company. Science innovation company? Science R&D company? Oh, is that a company just called... Is that a company just called Science? Science! That's pretty sweet. I'm not going to pretend it's not. R&D companies. That's kind of what it is. They just invent shit. Like, they just invent shit. It's the kind of company they are. Like, robots. Okay, what is a robotics company? Let's have a look at what fucking Boston Dynamics are doing. Right, time for the breakdown. Do these logos suck? Inevitably, the answer will be yes. Why can I no longer... I can grab that. Just need to actually grab it, please. Why is it not letting me grab it anymore? Just want to grab the thingy. Let me grab the corner. Let me grab the corner, please. That'll do. Right. I don't know if any of these are real companies. I've not heard of any of these fuckers. Except Boston Dynamics. Omron? No, it's pronounced Enron, my guy. And they went bankrupt years ago. Omron? That can't be real. Okay. If that is called iRobot, then that's a lawsuit. Because that's already a movie. That's a Will Smith movie. If it's just robot, That is, it's fucking, it's Minecraft eating noise / Cookie Monster. You're so right. That's either called Robot or iRobot, and I don't know which I would prefer because I don't know. Like, the logo is bad. The logo just kind of sucks. Either way, it's not a lawsuit, trademarks for deliveries. Like, that's true, but like, if I started a robot company called Terminators, bad shout, bad vibes, bad. Nobody would invest in that company. Have the people that made this company seen iRobot? It doesn't work out very well for the robots. The moral of that story, this is the Torment Nexus all over again. Stop doing the Torment Nexus. If you start a robot company called Terminators, you'd just be ravaged loser. But that's so true. Fucking billionaires, man. Absolute losers. Just absolute total losers. Omron, I mean, it looks science. It looks cutting edge. Look at this. Maybe this, it's not. Right. Here's my first daily piece of advice. If you're ever in the space where you need to create a logo for a company, you failed your first test by not hiring me instead. So these two, starting over chat, just fixing the Omron logo. Yeah, just fixing the Omron logo. Okay. These two bars are the same size. Yes. They are also the same thickness as this. Right? Are you with me? You with me? You're on it? So it goes bar of equal size, bar of equal size, bar of equal size, bar of equal size, bar of equal size. The resulting effect of this, and you'll notice it when I point it out, is that this gap specifically looks insanely wide. You could park a bus. You could do a bus could do a 3-point turn in that alleyway. It looks insanely big because there's this effect that the human brain and the human eyes have where white shapes look bigger than black shapes. So because all of these bars are the same size, the white shapes look bigger. Because the white shapes are the gaps, it makes the letter look tiny. Also, because this shape and this shape are the same size, but this shape has the rounded off corner, this shape is now taking up less space than this shape. You're still with me? Which looks like this shape is bigger than this shape, which makes the whole thing look uneven. Did you follow any of that? And can you see what I'm talking about? They tried to make it mathematically equal because they're a technology company. They went for mathematics. But what they got was a mess. What they needed to do, make the blue bands thicker, make the gaps ever so slightly smaller so that they visually look the same. And because this gap is taking up more weight than this gap, because this gap has the cut-off corner, you need to make this gap ever so slightly bigger than this gap. The anti-aliasing also, like, if we zoom out so we get away from the anti-aliasing, you can still see that now this gap looks ginormous. Like, you could do a 3-point turn with a bus in that space. And again, they've tried to mathematically, and they have successfully mathematically aligned all their bits and pieces. But the problem with mathematical alignment is that it doesn't look right. Even in the Omron boardroom, in the board rom nom, in the bodron mom, the bodron, like you tried, but you went with maths, and it just doesn't pan out when you just do it with maths. You need to optically align it as well as mathematically aligning it. Lesson that you should take away from this if you're ever in the position. Maths is for nerds. This is... surmised it perfectly. Maths is for nerds. We out here doing art. Speaking of art, this zebra logo, really nice. Little bit shallow because it's just a zebra. But it's probably the best thing on the screen. Like, it's the best thing on the screen, let's be real. Zebra stands out because it's doing something. It's got, like, usually I would tell you off for having lots of detail in what is, like, kind of small line weights. But because of the negative space of, like, that you can see the cutoff for the main, like, even a small size... like it does kind of lose stuff at this side. Denso was my nickname in school. That feels like the third brother of Bender in Futurama. Got Bender, Flexo, and Denso, the stupid one. Yeah, Zebra is probably the best one on the screen. Even if you do lose a little bit when you zoom out. Denso, like that. Okay, to me, this doesn't look anything like a technology company. This looks like one of the companies that, like, this is a company that makes the trays that you take into the school dinner cafeteria. This is not a cutting edge technology company. Denso would be a robot that works in high gravity, but yes, bends things in high gravity. This to me looks like a cheap plastics company, not a technology company. And these are all robotics companies. Medea has you haven't updated this look. Babe, you haven't updated this look since about 1995, and it shows. You need a new wardrobe. ABB, same thing. All of these just kind of suck. New tat from JML, made by Denso. Get your tat now. All of these kind of suck, and let's address the highly armed elephant in the room, Boston Dynamics. It kind of blows. Like, I see what they're going for here with the negative space of the human, but it just kind of sucks. Like, it just doesn't look very nice. The text is way too thin, so like you zoom out like to this kind of level. I'll go a little bit bigger because it's smaller on your screen. You can read all of these, and Boston Dynamics is getting lost already. It's getting muddy. It's blur. And yeah, decapitated human. That's because that's what they want to do you with the weapon dogs. Boston Dynamics has got some weird military dogs, man. Fuck Boston Dynamics. What the Fanuc? The Fanuc? Fanooch? I'm gonna call it Fanuc. Boston Dynamics keen to make negative space where human once were. Oh, that's big. That's beautiful. I'm pretty sure Fanuc is a slur. You can't call them Fanucs anymore. You have to refer to them as gay Canadians. I don't even know if that joke works, but I made it, and it got a laugh out of me. You scour. I really don't like. Okay. Let me introduce you to the deep dark world of learning about kerning. You're gonna learn kern. This is the W. Really nicely kerned, right? Really nicely kerned. Why are the K and the A touching each other? This, you could drive a bus down here, and then you could do another fucking 3-point turn in the gap between the Y and the A. Oh, it's so bad. I wish you'd stop teaching people about kerning. Never. I will never stop teaching people about kerning. Maybe the K and the A are a couple. You can't just ask letters why they're touching each other. Look, this fucking comedian Josh Johnson once printed out the human-looking robots come in silver, black, and yeah, anybody buying robot slaves in black is making a choice. More people need to be cursed with learning the kerning. Why are the K and the A touching each other? Why can you drive why could you land a plane on the gap between the Y and the A? Why the A and the S nearly touching, but not quite? You could drive a bus between the S and the K. What the dicks, man? This is all over the fucking place. All over the place. Ugh! The A and the S are a little shy. Either. Again, it's a mathematical versus a visual thing. You don't need to have all of your letters be exactly the same distance from each other. That's maths. And, what was it said earlier? Fuck maths. Maths is for nerds. We out here doing design. But it needs to, the letters don't need to have the same amount of space between them. They need to have the same amount of weight between them. So, this gap here is bigger than this gap here. These two letters being closer to each other than these two makes sense because these two follow parallel lines, so there's very little weight in that gap. Whereas this, you've got this whole section here that you need to account for. So if you made them the same size, it would look like there was a canyon between the A and the S. So those almost touching, compared to that, is pretty good. It's everything else that's a fucking problem. You've accounted for it here and brought these two together, yet you did not account for it over here when you kept these two really far away. Because look at let me grab a brush. Because you've got this shape here, which you've accounted for by bringing these two letters close to each other, and yet over here you've got all of this shape where you didn't account for that. And over here it's even fucking worse because you've got all of this. None of these shapes. Imagine it imagine you've got water and you were pouring them into these three shapes. They all hold different amounts of water. You need to make sure, and again, this is another odd amount of water. If you look at all of these shapes, they all have different volume. Some of them are gay, some of them are leaving room for Jesus. Yeah, and that's the problem. You've got all of these shapes that are of different volumes. You don't need to make them all the same shape. You need to make them all the same volume of shape. Right? That's kerning. That's kerning. And this is badly kerned. This is so badly kerned. But all of these kind of suck. All of these kind of blow. So I don't really know what to do about that. I've done something in my settings, and it's made scaling stuff on the fly really hard, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what I've done. I've futzed with something in a setting somewhere. Robotics companies. Venture Bros. That's what we're doing. We're doing Venture Bros. Now Ian has designed this window stream that allows them to fully berate I'm just going to continue to berate companies. This is kind of You guys thought this was an art stream. You guys thought this was a fun little challenge stream. No, no, no. This is an excuse for me to yell at companies. Could have just been open closer to... No, because it was happening earlier before, when I opened it last time. I pressed something in the keys, which is where you usually press things. And it suddenly stopped happening. This is just a chance for me to yell at companies, both for existing and being evil bastard companies, which is most of them, and specifically for their bad branding. Because, fuck me, there are so many bad, horrible, terrible branding mistakes. So liquid! What? Fuck off. So this is more logos. Howl spots, that's actually pretty good. That house spots is actually pretty good. So liquid. That's, I mean, it's fine, but I don't love it. Anyway, let's look at more venture industry bros. That'll get me. Yeah, the goal of calling yourself Safe AI is just eat a bag of dicks. Can I get a fuck AI in chat while I'm here? No, but I can get a gifted sub to Peppermint Lark. Thank you so much, Demo. Continued support. You are about to overtake. You are getting close to overtaking Paul the Pole's #1 gift subs. You are, and that's like in a year. That's insane. Thank you so much. There is, okay, so let's grab the HQ, because that might be useful to have. And okay, who in chat has actually seen Venture Bros before? Because that would be super useful to have more people that actually know the show. Because I will say I have not. Now you can post Pork with us. I think Pork was a follower emote, so you had that one anyway, but now you have the rest of them. The Rassle Trash and the Chunks of Plum emotes that are both very, very good. But yes, who knows Venture Bros? Because if it's only Neil, then we might have a problem. You can spread the gospel of pork. Like, yeah, post pork anyway. Anyone not posting pork needs to be posting pork. I like, it would be the best thing in the world if we could spread the shouting pork when things go well to one other stream. If one other stream can make it a thing where their chat yells pork when things are going well, that'll make my life complete. That would be like, I would have won at twitch.tv. I could retire happy. What is that? Like that is another logo I'm seeing. Is that like, that's on the van? Is that a new logo? Because that's not bad, I gotta say. Pretty sexy. It's not pretty sexy, it's fine. There's not a lot of like stuff. I must say this is quite a hard one. I love it when it rains. Yes, love it when it rains pork on stream. Who doesn't love a good porking? Whomst amongst us doesn't love a good porking? And it was only after saying that I realized a member of my family may still be watching. Oopsie. Let's have a look at some stuff that they've made. Cloning, just the concept of cloning. Good lord. So the things Venture Senior did was also make an international space. He also had a fucking space program. The hell, man? Guy did a lot. Guy did a lot of shit. The supersonic airplane, yeah. He's making his own fucking Thunderbirds over here. I have said worse on this stream. I said a slur on stream on Monday. Don't worry, it's one of the ones I'm allowed to say. And like Zach in chat was just because I got a bit carried away. And Zach was in chat like, oh, I don't think you're allowed to say that on Twitch, dude. And I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, I might have forgotten that I was like live and got a little bit too passionate. It's one of the ones I'm allowed to say. I don't say slurs I'm not allowed to say. I'm not that kind of streamer. The fuck is this? Mother. What I'm learning, just clicking around, is the Venture Bros just made a bunch of shit. They just made a whole bunch of shit. So Venture Senior is heavily inspired by Johnny Quest. Who the fuck is Johnny Quest? It's another thing I'm gonna have to learn about. Oh, it's a Hanna-Barbera. Ah, yeah, I see that. I see that. Every so often I'm like, I'm allowed to say this in real life, but here only straight boys are allowed to say it. God, yeah. God, fucking hell. Yeah, this is just meant. This is exactly. It's the same fucking basketball twerp. I never watched Johnny Quest because it's from the 50s, and that would be insane. Gardo. What a little guy. What an absolute. He was an absolute dickhead. The Boom Broom, a faulty vacuum cleaner that leaked radiation. I mean, okay, all of this. Does all of this suck? Is that the thing? Does all of this suck? I'm gonna grab a picture of the guy. We'll grab the guy. Let's put the guy. Put the guy here. Yeah. Anyway, I'll grab a picture of the guy and the headquarters. And I've got the list of all the inventions, but they're all basically just a bunch of shite. Venture Bros' actual Johnny Quest turn out as another. Okay, that's pretty clever. I've got to hand him that. That's pretty clever. Let's. What have I hidden or unhidden? What have I hidden or unhidden in the menus? Because I cannot for the life of me figure out how to just change the size of things. Is it smart guides? No, but that is kind of helpful though. I do like smart guides, and I don't know what smart guides are. Yeah, for some reason, like that used to make it bigger, and now it just doesn't. I don't know why. Is this Photoshop? No, this is Illustrator. This is Illustrator. I can't use actual Photoshop anymore. I can't use Photoshop. That would be insane. Japanese crop mark. I didn't know Japan had a different kind of crop mark. All I did in settings was turn these off. I'm just going to reset preferences. That'd be fine. No, I don't want to do that. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll do it live. No. Control T is not resize. Control T is text panel. The scale tool is S, but there used to just be the ability to grab the corner, and I've fucked it. I've changed the setting somewhere. That's the only problem. I'll find it again. The fuck is an Avracar? I thought that was a... Oh shit, that's a real thing. So they just kind of made comic book tat. So like comic book science, Oscorp, like places like Oscorp kind of vibe, right? Oscorp logo. Like that? That's actually pretty sexy, that. Stuff like that. Let's grab that. Drop it in there. Comic book, yeah, comic book tat, Saturday morning adventure tat, you know. The generative AI button. Fuck off with that noise. Anyway, I think this is kind of a... Let's grab our text box and start writing our... I think we've done with the research. We are actually deep in the mood boarding. And we just forgot to press the timer because this is the chill, relaxed. So what is the kayfabe reason that we are being asked to make a new logo for Venture Industries? And it can't just be because the current logo sucks balls. And it does kind of suck balls. But we need a better reason than that. So let's go with reinventing for new audience. That's a general tap. You get that all the fucking time. Oh, we wanna address a new audience. Like that's not a problem. What you're getting is a solution. What is your actual problem? And they go, oh, I didn't know. We need to enter a new audience. Fuck off. Anyway, science, comic books, comic book-y, fantastic. I think is the not comic book-y, fantastic. Because again, we're operating in the kayfabe that we are in. Bring new relevance to company. That's what we want. That's the big one. Neil's got it again. Science-y, fantastical, cutting edge, new. Just the big word is new. And I think we want like blues, whites, grays, kind of. That's our color scheme, and we're going into the sans serif vibe because the serif V with the planet behind it. It's very 1950s. It's vintage. And when you're a technology company, you can't be looking vintage. Those two vibes just do not vibe. They just don't go. Progress. Fighting evil. I'm going to assume that they're not kitting out the villains as well, because that seems like a bit of a conflict of interest. I think that about does it. I'm just having a quick Google to see if I can figure out this issue. Try view menu, show bounding box. What is that? Is that all I've done? Shift Control B. Fuck me, that was all I did. I don't know how. I don't know why I was pressing Shift Control B. Was I in another program or something? It's all back now. Gamers, we're back. Gamers! I fixed it. I knew it would just be something. I knew it was just like, I pressed a keyboard shortcut and fucked it. But we're back now. I've got all I can resize on the fly. I don't have to fuck around anymore. We're back at full fucking power. Anything else that is in here, that is not in here, that needs to be in here. So we've got. Let me zoom in nice and big for you. Bring new relevance to the company. Sciencey, fantastical, cutting edge, new. New is the big one. Blues, whites, grey, sense serif, progress, fighting evil. Innovation. That's one of those barf, bleh, doesn't mean anything, kind of words. But you gotta put it. You gotta put it there. Like, the investors would want it in there. The investors would go, why did you not tell this designer that we are innovation and cutting edge and science? And you go, sir, those words don't mean anything. Speaking of words that don't mean anything, I don't know if I've mentioned, I have a real bugbear with the word professional. The unethical side tends to be weapons of war, death rays, humans, experiments, not surveillance. But that's still really evil. But at least they're not supplying supervillains, I guess. I have this real bugbear about the word professional because it doesn't fucking mean anything. And I've said this while I was doing this fucking business course on Thursday. I was saying this to them. I was saying this to a lot of the people. I was like, so like, what makes what you do unique? And there's like, my attitude is very professional. My brand voice is very professional. It's like, what does that mean though? What does that mean though? Because from what I have gathered as a very against the grain neurodivergent waste man, like professional just means you act the way in which you are expected to act. Like, it's just peer pressure. It's just peer pressure by old twats. So I very much push back against the term professional, because it don't fucking mean shit. And if you're worried about being professional, you're not worried about being fucking good. I don't know, obviously I can get away with a lot by being an artist. The theme of Enterprise show is actively failure, but everyone finds failure and then people can get there. That's a really good theme. Everyone finds failure. It's how you get through the failure that is what matters. And if you have like the right kind of people around you, you can make it through the failure, because the right people are the people that don't care that you have failed. The right people are the people that do not care that you failed, because they liked you not because you were a success, but because you were doing things that only you could do. Surround yourself with those people. I don't know if that's at all the theme of the show, but that's what I've extrapolated from what Neil has said. Honestly, professional was once a very, very specific vibe, and then I started working, and it literally just means does a job and is paid for it, but is importantly not a freelancer, or has heavy corporate history if they are. Yeah, here's the thing. The people that were on this business course were obviously, like me, business owners. So they were kind of freelancers. So they don't need to be professional. I walk into like networking events, and I walk into like client meetings talking like this, being this fucking rat bastard that you hear before you. And, you know, people fucking respect me not because I am, you know, wearing a tie and looking quote unquote professional, because here's the hint, I'm fucking not. They respect me because I clearly know and am passionate about what I'm fucking doing. You dig? But we're very much getting into business mode, me, and this is not the version of me that I bring to streams. I drew a V. So the easiest thing to do is get this. If you want to make innovation and progress and moving forward, you kind of make a square root sign. But that's already a logo for something. I couldn't tell you what, but that's already a logo for something. It's also super fucking... We're in the next section. No. We're ideating. It's also super fucking basic. Are the gulls near the water getting ill because this bay is sick? Don't read into that. So we're just sort of playing with the letter form of V at the minute, which is just kind of a fun thing to do. And we obviously, it doesn't have to be a monogram logo. We've got a monogram logo here. Like these are both word marks. Most of these are word marks. So let's see if what we can do with an adjusted word mark. We won't be using this font because this font is, say it with me, absolute wank. Nice of you all to take part in the call and response when I hadn't even tried to set up the call at any point. I just assumed that you all knew I was going to say absolute wank. That's too evil. It's very difficult to get a science fiction, a sci-fi kind of font without veering into evil, because a lot of science, because a lot of techno conglomerates are evil. Look at X, formerly Twitter, and Elon Musk. That's quite nice, actually. As is the extended. I don't dislike. It's a bit boring. We'll have to, zhuzh it up a touch. It'd be really embarrassing if, after I went on that tirade about kerning, if I just fucking kerned these absolutely dreadfully. I've gone back and looked at old logos and gone, oh fuck me, you could drive a bus through that. What the fuck, man? And I'm embarrassed to see certain logos I've made, because I'm like, nah, I'm better than that. I'm definitely better than that. Turns out that's the thing about, constantly progressing as an artist. You are better than that now. You were not better than that then. But people still gave you money for it because they're stupid. No. Anybody else doing an art right now? I really like the idea of this. I've mentioned this before, and other people have said that they were working on art stuff. Like, I really like the idea of this being like a community art space, where we can all just because again, a lot of this on Christmas chibis, hell yeah. Like, a lot of this, obviously we talk about getting the crap out. We talk about getting the shit out. Gotta say the right words. We talk about, I very much talk about my process, talk about why I'm making the decisions that I make, maybe even teaching you some stuff. And I really like, that's a sexy little font, that is. Let's add that. Ashmore, that's called. That's beautiful. But I really like the idea of, even if I'm not teaching you directly and helping you with the work that you're doing, I really like the idea of you making art with me while I'm making art. I think that's neat. And then you could post your art in the Discord, and we can all go, look at what I made while you were yelling about kerning for 20 minutes. I drew a good picture while you were yelling about kerning. What was the name of the font? Ash something. It's added now. Ashmore. It's added now. So that's one of them, maybe. Backer, and the sequel, Backer 2. See, that's a funky little font would work for the show, but wouldn't work for the company in the show. But if anyone else is working on any other art, please tell me and show me. So not sure what to make for folks in the server, but there's time yet. There is plenty of time. And I'm sure whatever you make, they will be very appreciative, because everyone in the server loves what you make. I swear, like every month or so, another person that I know has a profile picture drawn by Demo, and I'm like, oh, it's spreading. The squishies are spreading. And I'm so glad that the squishies are spreading, because the squishies are fantastic. I should put them back on here. There they are. There they are. The absolute joys. Speaking of absolute joys, let's scroll through some fonts again. That would be better if it took up more space, but that just generally doesn't take up enough space to be a word mark. With a word as short as venture, you need a longer word with a font like that. That's kind of sexy. That's not for this project, but I want to use that at some point. That's a sexy little font there. Again with that's gorgeous. Look at that. That's beautiful. Low-key kind of illegible. Gorgeous though. Absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, I don't know if anybody else if anybody in chat gives a shit about these fonts, but to me, some of these fonts are beautiful. I love climbing my E's in the morning. Look, sometimes you just gotta go up the E's. That's what I do every morning. That says denture. That says denture, which is a very, very different word to venture. That very clearly says denture, doesn't it? There's no way to read that first character as a V. No way in hell. That's a D. That says denture. Denture Industries. So that's very like Hercules, Emperor's New Groove kind of vibe. I know those are two very different vibes. Scruffier. What are you? You're just a bunch of shapes. Alright, I think we're gonna go with that Ash Down, I think it's called. Ashmore. Let's see if we can work this. And let's a lot of these are literally just a nice font. And I don't want to just do a nice font. But let's see if we can't fuck off. I'm aware I fucked with the kerning. I'm trying something that may prove to be a stupid idea, and you'll all go, hey, the fuck you doing that for? But it may prove to be a good idea. So let's go back into this group. Let's move this to here. And then if we make this white, how does that look? Does that still look like it says venture? Or does that now look like it says enture? Like, is the word venture obvious in that? Or does that just say enture? The more I look at the font, the less I like it. I don't think this is the right font. I think we need to go back into the font mill. The main compound building is clearly modelled on the UN in New York. The old logo has an international feel. That's true. Again, the more I look at the font, the less I like it. So that's not the right feel, is it? No. I used Dazzle Unicase a lot. It's a good sort of generic sans serif that you can kind of put whatever feel you want onto it. The UN has a logo, doesn't it? Yeah. The United Nations has got this. It's not the Mercator projection, but it's a matte projection on it. So that's something we can look at. The word vent. I'm getting semantic satiation. I'm getting visual semantic satiation from the word venture. It's just very much stopped looking like a word, and it now just looks like a collection of shapes. Which is actually very good for sorting your kerning out. It's very good for sorting your kerning out. Is stop looking at them as letters and just start looking at them as shapes. Which is why a lot of people say like flip the word upside down or back to front, so you stop looking at the letters as letters. It's then far easier to kern it. Now that's Century Gothic regular. It's a standard, but I'll be honest, it's a cheeky drop. Also, Venture is intentionally close to Adventure. Yes, I had assumed so. This is giving like 50 Spy, which I don't think is the right vibe. No, College isn't the right vibe. What you got in the futuristic tag for me? See, a lot of it. Okay, the problem with a lot of the quote unquote futuristic fonts is they are actually more retro futuristic, which is its own very specific vibe, you know. Like this is very much from the past looking forward. And what I need is just the future. And I know I can't have a font from the future. They've not been invented yet. Thank you for that follow, new person. How are you doing? 60s, 70s visions of the future. Yeah, that's all of these like future. That's Zekton. That's kind of cute. Let's activate that. Let's see what we can do with Zekton once it gets activated. Once I get the little pop up. But again, if we're working within the kayfabe of the show, then like retrofuturism is not the vibe, you know. Give me the fucking Zekton. There we go. Give me the fucking Zekton. So that might be a decent starting point. Let's grab a copy of that. And then create some outlines. Let's try and do what we were doing before. But with this less rounded font. Grab these two V's. And then erase that. Erase that. And now we've got this like long, now we've got the long V. Is the long V, does the long V look good? Let's, again, does that just look like I've written the word Encher? If I asked you what the company was, does it look like Venture or Encher? I think if I grabbed these letters, and this is an example of what I'm not going to do. If I grabbed the letters and give them a little warp-a-rooney, give me a skew, I think I want. Can the V be made more a different color? Again, for now I'm just working in black and white, because now at the start of what I do, I like to work in black and white. Then I add color later. And that's just my own sort of process. I can definitely add, I can definitely try it in some different colors. We'll be working in like a we'll be working in probably a palette of things like blues and grays and you know sci-fi shit. Right, let's group them all together. Let's pick a nice color. Let's go for that. There. And while I'm here, this is the test. Doing what I'm talking about in terms of kerning. So this is gonna be a bit of a weird way to describe this, but what they advise you do for kerning is you get one of these what are called counters, which is the inside of a shape, and you half that, and that should be the weight between the letters. But as you can see, that would put these two really like uncomfortably close together. What I am going to do is grab these two letters. Is the R? Does the R have a fallout with the rest of the group? Give me my layers, please. Why is the R not in a group with the rest of them? Did you have a fallout with the rest of the group? Right, I'm going to grab this, move this just a touch closer, move this just a touch closer. This is quite easy because there's no curves in this font. So we can start just by distribute the spacing. And then this looks like it's running away, so we pull this in a little bit. And then let's just having a look at it. I've overdone that. Just having a look at it. That now looks pretty good, pretty well kerned. So yeah, I'm gonna take that. We take the ones we can get. We've got this shape. We've got this shape. Can we offset path by that much? -25. Take those two. Can I get them in a envelope distort? No. Now can I get them in an envelope distort? Oh! Right. Does it still look like it says venture, or does it now say enture? I think now it might say enture. But I'm happy to be told that it still says venture. But I think it might still say enture. That's an enture. I was worried you were going to say that. I was dead worried you were going to say that. See, I'm getting conflicting statements from both of you. So I've got the V, but at first glance, I think this does read like enture. I love getting conflicting statements. It's so nice to be told two different things and asking for a simple opinion. I thought the spacing in the pre-tilt version emphasized the V. You're not... Guys, I'll be honest. You're not helping. Now it's a straight line rather than a V. That's... I'm gonna get rid of it. I think this is our bad idea. This is our shit idea, I think. Because I don't... Again, your first idea is always wank. So that's just Mozilla ass logo. Oh, you wound me. You hurt me. I am. Problem is that there's really not a lot to go off. There's really is not a lot to go off. Like, how do you make this kind of shape modern? Let's see if we can grab this and do anything with this. Because if we can, like, modernize this shape... Why is that? Oh, why is there a gap there? Oh, bah. Is that one cleaner? Does that one actually have? It does actually have closed lines. Right, let's image trace this to make it a vector. Let's expand that. Hello? Nearly broke it. But we didn't break it. Asked a little bit too much of it. It was nervous, got stage fright, bless it. Right, now let's see. Can we do something funky with this? Okay. Let's... Actually, let's make sure that we've got all of these selected as shapes. And then delete. So now we're left with the inverse instead. Is there something we can do to, like, simplify, modernize? I'm thinking maybe almost like a yin-yang kind of vibe with this. Modernize it by having closed lines. Modernize it by fucking finishing the logo, maybe. If we convert this to maybe like a yin-yang kind of shape. By grabbing maybe this. And then this. Can you add a space? Stop adding things. We simplify. A designer's job is to simplify. So that would be like that and that. So let's grab this. It's a shame that doesn't come up with a V shape at all. It's a shame it's not like S. Sensual bros. Sensual bros. Don't like the more I say that, the less I like it. Right, let's path, offset path by 10, then pathfinder add. Flip 180, the globe goes more V-shaped. Oh, I hate to disappoint you, but a 180 flipped globe is still a globe. The nature of circles, man. Right, how do you do the liquid bridge thing? How do you do the liquid bridge thing? Liquid Liquid Bridge Illustrator. There was a fun little this thing. Right. Watch it here.
What the heck is going on?
James Barnard, let me in.
Make these types of logos that use these fluid using the Pathfinder window.
No, don't do Pathfinder window.
Select to your circles, but when you do, change the joins to round. Now we're going to do that. Again, add an offset path, effects, path, offset path. And we're going to apply another instance of this effect. So just click apply new effect.
I got it. I'm with you. I'm with you. I love watching tutorials in the middle of streams. That's always an indicator that I know what I'm talking about when I have to watch a tutorial to get an effect.
This time we're going to add a negative value, switch our joins to round again, and our liquid blob is starting to take shape. Now you're going to want to double click into this object to move that small.
So now, why is that doing that? Right, let's go back to our shape. The internal lines at the top are more pointed. Neil, are you suggesting this? We just flip the world. Let's go back to just here. We're just here. Let's exit isolation mode. Grab this and let's go back to offset path. Round by 30. Why the fuck not? Path, offset path, apply new effect. So like not really small, but and then $30 and then minus 30. And then if we... No, that's not working. James, you lied to me.
But that doesn't work because this is a compound path. So instead, with our direct selection tool A, we're going to option 8 to make a compound path.
Had to make it a compound path, guys. Why did nobody tell me that you had to make it a compound path first? Why didn't I just watch the whole video? Shut up. Shut up, that's why. Why did I get impatient before watching the whole video? Shut up. Shut up is why. Path, offset path. Apply new effect. Maybe if I watch all of James's video, he'll teach me how to do it properly. But until then... Oh! Oh! Oh, it's a little bit too liquid.
Double click into this object to move that smaller circle, but that doesn't work because this is a compound path. So instead, with our direct selection tool A, I'm going to option or alt click a path point on that circle, which...
That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, it's real goopy. Oh, it's real goopy. Oh, I made it real... I don't know if this is a good thing that I've done. I made it real goopy. I've done gooped it up. I don't know if what I've done is make a cursed object. I think I might have just made a slightly cursed object. It kind of just looks a little bit like some kind of evil guy's evil stuff. But I'm kind of having fun with it. I've done gooped. Made it real goopy. That's real bad. What I made is real bad. I could try that in the way that it was actually intended. It's Captain Planet's chest piece. Yes. Now, to actually, like, do that in the way that it's intended, I'll show you how the effect is supposed to look. And it's actually pretty nice, pretty cool, pretty awesome. Let's offset, big offset, big beefy boy offset, 100 plus, and then a offset path, new effect. You see how they get little goops? See that they'll get little goops? And then if you grab that, you can go like, ooh, goopy, ooh, goopy. It's called a liquid bridge effect. It was for a brief second the big new hotness. It never really took off the way I'll be honest, the way I wanted it to, because I really like this effect. Like, there might be something here in, like, making a V shape and doing something with that, maybe. Because I think, again, I think this effect is really neat. Oh, it's goopy. Oh, it's real goopy. It just looks real goopy. Maybe I'm just a sucker for some goo. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think we're getting anything of value done tonight. I'm very much not at 100%, and I know very little about this. Very little about this property. So I've got so little to go off, and the wiki is utter garbage. It is a nice challenge. I'm thinking, like, is there, like, the old is this V on globe? Is there something? Is there a way we can modernize the concept of a V on the globe? Because let's see how other companies are doing globe logos. Again, all of these are kind of piss. Okay. Like, that's evil. That's boring. That's news that I wouldn't trust. Like, all of these are kind of piss. Oh, this is... Guys, this sucks. I remember the first ever stream of this, we were like, am I allowed to reroll? And I'm maybe reaching for the reroll button again. Getting an itchy reroll finger. Because I just don't know if I know enough about the property to have the sort of ideation phase. I probably should have watched Venture Bros at some point. And like, we can look at all the other like tech companies, and they all just look boring and wank. Let me have a think. Let me just draw some shapes. If anything, it might make me feel better. Returning to child. If we go into like the the idea of technology being industry, then I don't know if this is anything. I don't. I don't really know if this is anything. No, that's. V is such a boring ass letter as well. Controversial statement. Maybe like a detail letter. And it's so easy to make things look accidentally something you really don't want them to look, you know? No, that's crap. That's crap. That's crap. I'm in the process where I go, the only thing my hands can make are crap. There's gotta be a nug I can mine. There's gotta be a good nug I can mine from these seemingly empty things. We could like lean into the retrofuturism vibe, but it feels a little bit disingenuous to go down that route, you know? Like, when is the show set? Because that may influence that will of course influence the fashion and the it's okay. So it's present day. Not helpful. Gotta say, not helpful. I thought you were gonna hit me with it's set in like the 90s, or it's set in the 70s, or it's set in the 50s. Present day is not the most helpful. Because present day gives us the most boring slate of technology companies, because that's what Venture is. It's a technology company. And if we look at the technology companies, they all just look like ass. They all like boring ass. Sometimes literally with OpenAI. Let's Squatch, thank you for the hydrate. I do need to give me a moment. I need to go refill my water bottle. Venture butthole. We could make a Venture butthole logo. My enthusiasm. It is returning. Hold up, I need to go refill my water bottle. Give me a second. Butthole logo. Why don't we just make a butthole? Why don't we make a butthole, guys? Make them an AI company. They do robots. They do. That's basically AI. Look, make them like a butthole. What if we made him a butthole? Back in. Venture butthole. Go for like the wormhole kind of thing. Right. Super easy to make a butthole out of the letter V. Path, repeat, radial. Oh, that's looking a bit swastika-tastic. A little bit of a swastika snowflake there. Let's... Boom. That could do. That could do as a logo. But we are better than that. Just about. See that is butthole, isn't it? Butthole snowflake. Butthole snowflake. Butthole snowflake. Butthole snowflake. Okay, we gotta be prepared for rotating a right angle like this, because there is a point where we go, oh no, that's becoming something, and we need it to not become that thing. We're doing all of this to get really far away from swastikas. Did you know that Twitch will let you save a clip with the word butt in it? That's butt-phobic. I can't believe they'd be so butt-phobic. Right. Gamers, I don't want to say that you said the word butthole and I absolutely fucking smashed it. But... Boom. Boom. Tell me... It looks too much... No, it's a black sun. I've made a black sun. I made a black sun. I can't. I tried so hard to make it not look like a swastika and it still landed there. Don't do radial symmetry out of right angles, chat. You can't be doing that. And that's why I hate the letter V. Because you just accidentally make swastikas and black suns all the time. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I do like the idea of the Venture butthole, though. I do think there's something in Venture butthole. Maybe this V will be better. Going back to the very, very first one we did. Maybe we can use this non-right-angled V. Were any of you going to point that out to me, that I'd made a black sun? Because you can't let me get away with that. You can't let me I say get away with that. You can't let that fly. That's what I mean. You can't let that fly. You have to point that out. One of the biggest lessons you learn as a designer is sometimes penises and swastikas will just come out, and you have to nip them in the bud. That butthole's got teeth. Yeah. Toothy buttholes. You gotta nip any swastika-ish things in the butt. Which also probably means we can't really work in instances of 8s as well as instances of 4. So maybe we look at 6s instead. It's... It's a little... Where do we draw the line between this looks like a camera aperture and this looks like a butthole and also this looks like a swastika? It's like a triangle of terror. One of which far less bad than the others. Let me fucking... AI logos. Buttholes. There we go. They managed to avoid the swastika. which is actually really impressive. They don't avoid the camera aperture. They do still look like the camera aperture. Okay, that I don't think looks very Black Sun-ish. Okay. I think we're out of the Black Sun / swastika corner. Thanks for all who helped me through that. That was rough. I think we may be onto something with this. Because I quite like this. It's lots of V's. It's your tech company, because they are, again, now that it's been rephrased as they're just a tech company. They could be jet engine blades. I think also what it needs is right. Let's transform. No, we need a new fill on that. Give me a new fill. And then if we go like this. Why is that not working the way I want it to work? That is working the way I want it to work. I just need to. You see what I'm trying to do here? Add that little white line. I don't know why it's not working. Is it because the ordering's wrong? Is it because I've not applied it to the first one? Is that the problem? Oh, I think I see what's happening now. It's applying it, but it's keeping these as... There we go. Okay. I see what's happening. So, okay, so I was taking a transformation of it and moving it X pixels down and X pixels across, thinking that when I applied it everywhere, it would just take those two shapes together and rotate them all. But no, it rotated every individual shape X pixels down, X pixels across, which is really a funky way of doing it. It makes my idea of the because what I wanted was the stroke, but only in this segment here. You know? I don't know if that makes sense to you. Um, it's also kind of a banger track, isn't it? Let's add another fill instead of doing a stroke, because strokes are wank. Let's offset the path. See, now we've got what is very. Oh no, it is looking a little bit klaxonish in the center there. We might be returning back to our first problem. I like this, but there's something missing in it. It does look like jet engine blades. It looks like a bunch of fun little tech stuff. I think what's missing from it is I think I want there to be a little separation here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a testing unit. And the testing unit can be over here. And then let's exit station mode. Let's expand. Oh, I've really angered it now. I've really upset it. I really upset it there. I think I did too much. I think having this, because this is quite an intensive program, because it's not at any point ever measuring, it's never actually like drawing shapes. It's just doing a lot of maths with the graphics card. So I think having this and stream open at the same time, it is rather upset. So I'm instead going to... I need to space this properly. Let's go 2/3, please. Start with the mathematical, and then we move into the optical later. So a good trick for sizing and spacing is to rotate your text. See, now that could be a completely finished logo there, and there would be nothing wrong with that, I don't think. I don't think that looks very... I think we've bypassed the idea of it being a... I think we bypassed the idea of it looking like a swastika or a black zone. I think it now looks more like a flower than anything else. I would like to. I'm going to try one more time to... Can I just grab all of these little... No, I don't want... I want these. These can all... Speaking of vectors being really intensive, did I ever tell you about the time that a school sent me their curriculum graphic? So I absolutely only took decisions to render this curriculum as a nice little tree PDF. Couldn't even open it for the life of me. My fan smelt something fierce, even crashed my system. Took 7 minutes to load, and the absolute lunatic made it as a vector. Hundreds of individual blades of grass. No! That's insane. That is actual insane. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Let's color that in as well. And now we've got these shapes as well. And I want to grab copies of all these shapes. And then let's grab all of the copies of all the shapes that we have. So that's this. You can go at the front because you're the most important one. You. All of you lot together. Let's offset you by. Let's call it 10. Call it 10. We'll just want the outlines. There's also one missing. I'm aware of that. Don't worry. We're going to fix that by rotating by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? I thought I did 12. 360 divided by 10. That is correct. So we're gonna 360 divide 10, hit the copy button, and now group. And now we've got all of these. Let's make these white. And add this back in. We've got nothing. We've ended up with absolutely nothing. Because now they've just got white tips. What I'm trying to do is we're doing art. We're doing art. Welcome, Ali. How you doing? What we are doing right now is we've spun our big wheel of fictional logos, and that wheel landed us on Venture Brothers. So what we are doing currently is we are making a new logo for the Venture Brothers venture industry. This is their current logo. It's shit. This is their lead guy. He's a strapping man. Then there's these sort of logos that we're basing it off of. I say we're basing it off of those. We're not really basing it off those because somebody pointed out in chat that they are just a tech company. So why don't we make a butthole? Because AI companies in the present day have logos that look like buttholes. Buttholes. If you're not familiar, we did the butthole tier list where we looked at how butthole-ish they all look. Does it look better or worse with these little bits taken out? I'm unsure. I actually think it might be better with them in. Flashback to the episode where they edited a ton of balls. I've not seen that. I need to get in on Game Changer. I have, and this is gonna be a bit of a sin. Never watched an episode of Game Changer, and I need to change that. In making this, we had to dodge the making a swastika and making a black sun. Both of those were very bad, and I'm glad we managed to sidestep those. But I think this is pretty buttholy. Do you want my login? I have somebody's login. I think I have MJ's login. I think I have MJ Pastelis' login. So I have access to it. I just haven't watched it because I don't watch television. I do think the colors that we can steal the colors. Because I quite like this as a shade of blue. And we can even add some. Something behind this in not that shade, but I gotta be honest, that's kind of a ugly color. Let's try just a thinner shade of blue, maybe. It's not on TV unless that I'm aware of that, but I would be watching it probably through a televisual thing, just because I've got access to it. I'll be honest with you, I've gone from like not being jazzed about this at all to I actually really quite like this now. Like, it's so absolute nonsense. The green's quite nice. If it's this you're talking about, like it's such bollocks. It's such nonsense. Twitch tried to stop you posting a link, I think, but it's a link to my channel, so I allow it. Or maybe it just doesn't want you yelling about buttholes. Do we need maybe a bolder, like darker blue? Most users don't send links talking about. Most users aren't on this fucking channel, Twitch. Get on our. Maybe Twitch, if you got on our level, have you considered maybe getting on our level a bit? Mayhap get on our fucking level, Twitch. Now this. Okay, let's do some bollocks. Let's talk some bollocks about this. What we can say is we are bringing venture industries into a new generation while still honoring, go with me, while still honoring the bollocks and buttholes, but generations of buttholes, while still honoring the past with this vintage color palette. Boom. Welcome to Venture. I'm really happy with this. I've got to say, from going, we went through the swamp of sadness, and I think we've come out the other side something good. I was properly in the kiln at some point. But I've come out the other side. I'm really happy with this. It's wank. It's really wank, but in a way that, like, it's kind of wank on purpose, you know? I'm really glad you didn't give up when going through the trenches. This is a banger. Okay, I think it could be maybe improved if we got a little, like, maybe got a little bit cut out here, but that might return it to, like, Black Sun territory. So I'm really hesitant to try it, you dig? I have another idea of maybe rounding some of this off just a tiny bit. Like, if we, you know me, if you've been on this stream at all, You know I love rounding off corners for no reason. And I think it knows, because it's not letting me round off these corners. They're not live corners. What does that mean? I just made that up. Oh, it's goopy. Oh, we brought back the goop. Gamers, the goop is back. We're running away from the goop. Alright. Can I just simplify that down to try and get some active corners? No active corners. Cool. Stop going in a group. Get out of the group. Get out of the kiln. Is anybody familiar with the Auntie Donna kiln thing that I am referencing here? Get out of the kiln. That has, I gotta say, thanks entirely to the lovely Waffly Bollocks people. The phrase "don't get in the kiln," like, whenever you are being consumed by fandom-related sadness, you are in the kiln. And the idea is don't get in the kiln. I went and saw them live a couple of... That's very cool. I was looking at that, but I was like, financially it wasn't viable at the time. But yeah, I quite like the idea of don't get in the kiln to be like, consumed by fandom sadness. So again, like when Waffly Bollocks talk about like wrestling related sadness, they are in the kiln. And I really like the idea of being in the kiln to reference a wrestling related sadness. I really like this border around. I really like the pale border. Oh, is that too much? Don't care. Doing it anyway. Mwah. Molto bene. It's even better now. Was a gift. They said they'd not be touring for a few years, but they've internationally toured for like 15 years together. Oh yeah, they've been at it. They've been fucking at it. Do we do the same thing to the text mayhap? That might actually look pretty sexy, I gotta say. Let's go new fill. Give me that as a new fill. Can I offset the new fill by that many, please? And then I think it's Pathfinder add? There's no paths to add. What am I talking about? Did I offset by 20? Is that what I did? I did. I'm so smart, you guys. And then Pathfinder add. That's supposed to fill in that bit and that bit, and I don't know why it's not doing that. Pathfinder merge. Also, path outline object. We'll make that easier. And then Pathfinder, is it merge? Am I looking at merge? Yes. Should I be looking at, is it, will add do the same thing? Add will not do the same thing, so I do want Pathfinder merge. See, that just fills in that gap. Doesn't fill in that gap, but it does fill in the R gap, which is quite handy. I really like that. I'm really happy with that. I think we've done stonking. Let's move into colours so we can build out the rest of our colour palette. So obviously our main colour is this. So that is our 60. Then we've got the secondary colour being this nice sort of, it's hard to describe it. It's kind of like a sandy colour. And then we need the little 10% down here. which is gonna be oh, it's just second realized, forgot to tell you, but Get the Shit Out notebooks arrived, and as well, it's good. I'm glad people are like. I saw Amber's arrived. They tagged me in it on Instagram, which is very, very good. I'm glad the Get the Shit Out notebooks are going very well. I don't have my own, and I think I might have to make myself one. Heard the word book and my whole body went where. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of explaining. Over on my Ko-fi, I have a thing called the Buccaneers Bounty, which is if you are subbed for 2 months in a row, you get an exclusive piece of merch that is never available anywhere else. And the latest piece of merch was something called the Get the Shit Out notebook. It's got a bunch of designs from these art streams. Thank you, Demo. It's got a bunch of designs from these art streams, and all it is it is a notebook. And the emphasis of the notebook is this is where you put all of your bad ideas. Because there's a process that's very much part of these streams called Get the Shit Out, where the quality of the idea is not important. What is important is the idea's existence. So we say get the shit out. So definitely don't put all of my Taco Bell Christmas songs. No, they're bangers. They're bangers. Keep them in the good ideas notebook. This notebook is to sort of incentivize people that go like, well, I can't write in this notebook because it will, X, Y, Z. Because what if it's bad? What if it's this? What if it's that? So the point of the book is to get the shit out. Yeah, there are a million notebooks out there that are like for great ideas, for plans of world domination. And they're great, don't get me wrong. Love a plan for world domination. But sometimes you need a place to put your stinkers. Sometimes you need a place to put your stinkers. This would not go in the stinkers idea. This would not go in the stinkers book. This would go in the banger book. I'm gonna put on my bad hold music in exactly. They go in the stink. They go in the get the shit out book. So you get all of the shit out of your head, so that what's left is the good ideas. So like it's the process that we go through every week on this stream. You have your shit ideas, you get through all of your shit ideas, and then the good ideas start flowing. The good ideas start happening. We did that on this stream a lot to get to this idea, and I'm very, very happy with this idea. I think it's fucking solid. I'm so fucking happy with how this has turned out. Because I was in the Swamp of Sadness, I was in the fucking kiln with this idea. And now, like, just fucking look at this, man. Okay, that's way too big. That needs to be tightened up a notch. There we go. You see what I did there? See what I did there? I did it mathematically, and then the mathematicals was like, no, that's wank. Sorry, I'm still a wee bit sick. You may have noticed. Expand, and let me outline that while I'm here. Is that outlined? That is outlined. Wicked. And then let's expand this while I'm here. And we can show you it in all of its other forms, because of course we've got to have like the simplified form as well, which is where we get rid of this. We get rid of all of these. Get rid of that. Just get rid of all of this. take it back to just being the key shapes. But yeah, next on the Buccaneer's Bounty is probably this isn't like set in stone yet, but it's just stupid enough that I think people will love it. It is going to be a Wrestling is Silly Unified Championship fanny pack. That's what I'm thinking for the next one. I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna be really cool. Once you set the next concept, it's actually hell yeah. Yeah, I think the next concept is gonna be the World Championship fanny pack. Because that to me is really funny. I think that's hilarious, an idea. And I don't care if nobody else thinks it's funny. I think that's fucking great. Because a lot of companies will do like the replica title belts, but we're not big company big. We're small company big. So instead of doing replica title belt, we do title belt fanny pack. And then I want to do standees. What I want to do is I'll show you the concept for the standee is literally just it's just me in this outfit, and the whole standee is this scene. So we have the back, we have me, and we have the front, and that's the whole standee. I think that'd be really cool, but part of me doesn't want to have that as Buccaneer's Bounty, because I kind of want that to just be available for everyone. So, for the Buccaneer's Bounty, what if the special edition is this instead? The special Buccaneer's Bounty gets sent this version. I think that's fucking great. I think that's hilarious. But that's still a work in progress as well. That's long in the past. It's long in the future because the Buccaneer's Bounty is every 2 months, so we've got a little bit of time to decide. I think it's funny as fuck, but hard to explain to my family. Yeah, what I've sent you is a challenge. I want you to explain why you have what appears to be a standee of a very large-breasted man. And if you have the wherewithal to do that, you can have the standee. That white is too bold. Let's just grab this and up tint it. And maybe up tint it a little bit more. What you may be looking at me going, what the fuck are you doing? It's queer Buccaneer, innit? Exactly. It shouldn't need explaining, but some people are just not cool enough to deal with the raw power of this channel. Some people can't cope. And some people think they can cope, and truly they cannot. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am fill with that color, convert to shape rectangle. See, this is what I'm talking about. Way back at the start of the stream when I said white shapes look thicker than black shapes, you can very much see it on the white version of the logo. And very simple. What you do is you add a stroke. And you just add the stroke, just 2-3 pixels. 2 pixels should do it. You just got to make sure in your shape that you've not been an absolute fucking turd. And you need to make sure that your shapes are simplified. And you see now, just that little 2 pixel stroke, just that little 2-3 pixel stroke, makes them now look the same, even though they are not the same size. It's one of those like more advanced graphics things that people just do not think about. And now let's just grab the logo, please. I don't want this bit, I just want the glyph. Give me the top text and the bottom text, please. And what I could do, in lieu of, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something a little bit funky. And that is go into Photoshop for a moment. For that bottom panel. Because that bottom panel is, I'm in the wrong section again. That bottom panel is ripe for some mock-ups. That means I need to open up Mockup Baker, a little program that runs in the background. This might make something crash. But yeah, the standee may not be a Buccaneer's Bounty, just because I want it to be for general sale. What am I doing? I'm looking. Right, I need to be right back because my hard drive with all my mock-ups in it is somewhere else. So, BRB Gamers. Righto gamers, I'm back, and I've got my hard drive, which means I can get all my fun little mock-ups. We're deep in the, like, nobody else cares about this section, but I want to do it right. Let's go into my resources, mock-ups. Let's make a hat. Let's make a hat. So we got cap design, and then we copy this, drop it here as pixels, please. Position it where we want it. About there, maybe? Get rid of that. While we're here, I just want to grab this color and this color. And then we bake. What does any of this do? Do not know. But that little microwave pings out a hat. And that's really fucking handy. We can even futz with the colors. Make the hat this color, or maybe even this color. I think this color is good for a hat. We can make the front that color, and that's neat. This isn't an AI thing, by the way. This is not an AI generated thing. I wouldn't use it. There's a lot of AI generated, like, bollocks like that. This is not an AI generated thing. Mockup Baker puts out their own mockup files that the software knows how to use. So you see, I have to use the Mockup Baker plugin with this specific file. Don't worry, not AI generated. It runs from what this is a net of the hat, and when I put the thing where I want it on the net, like, this knows how to mesh it around. Wild. Don't know how it works. Don't need to know how it works. We can even change the background to the color, which is lovely. Then make that a flat image, copy that flat image, paste that flat image. This is a really weird song. Is this still in my playlist? Is this still this is still Twitch playlist? Apparently so. Don't like it. Did not like that song. Let's play that instead. Right, I need you to paste the image, please. There we go. Look at that! We got a Venture Bros hat. We got a little Venture hat. And now we need to make a shape the width of the canvas. Carve that bad boy in half. Nope, we want 50. We want 100 there. Throw that over here. And now we do clipping mask things. So let's move that down. Move that up. And let's make that a clipping mask. Shazam! Let's grab these three. Move these three over here. And boom! That's Venture. I'm dead happy with that, if I'm honest. Even made a little hat. 2 out of 16, but we're not looking for. We're not speedrunning anymore. We really went through the swamp of sadness. We got stuck in the kiln for a bit, but I'm really happy with how this has come out. It simultaneously looks futuristic, modern, and it looks futuristic, it looks modern, and it looks vintage at the same time. So I'm so pleased with how this came together. I was supposed to have something planned for after this, but I didn't have anything planned. Part of me was thinking like maybe we just jump back into Like a Dragon, but I don't know if that's a great idea. Like a Dragon, I don't know if it will take as long if we're able to fit it in. But yeah, I think we are still going to end it here for now, because we have successfully done the rebrand, and it did take us a little bit longer than what we're used to. How long have we been live? We have been live nearly 3 hours, which is longer than we usually do on these Wednesday streams. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out with me. New people in the chat, always good to see you. Let me tell you about the other stuff that I'm doing. On Saturday, we're doing Wrestling is Silly again. You don't want to miss Wrestling is Silly. It's so fucking stupid. I love it so much. If you've never watched a wrestling show before, you'll still love it. I promise. On a related note, there's a new Ko-fi tier that gets your artwork inside the world of Wrestling is Silly. I can use it to promote your art. I can use it to promote your Twitch channel or your podcast or whatever you want. But I can get your artwork inside Wrestling is Silly as sort of a sponsor of the show kind of a deal. That's available on Ko-fi. I wish I could sub to 2 tiers at once. Can you not sub to 2 tiers at once? I'm unsure. Maybe I'll make an even bigger tier that's both of those at once, or maybe I'll just give you the perks. Maybe I'll just give you the perks. I'm unsure. But yeah, so that's Wrestling is Silly on Saturday. The finale of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on Monday, followed by Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. After that, that's going to be really, really fun. And then more of this every Wednesday until the end of the world. I don't know what streams around Christmas is going to be like. I live vicariously through the VODs and as but weekends are so busy. I mean, are they good busy or are they bad busy? I hope they're good busy. We like good busy. But yeah, I am going to go and throw you at somebody else now. I'm just looking at somebody. Oh no, not bad busy. Bad busy's the worst. I'm gonna go throw you at somebody else. I'm just looking at who I can throw you at. I have found somebody that I think I might like to throw you at. I hoped it was going to be good busy. I hoped it was going to be really fun busy, but no, alas. Oh, our good friend Dot Matrix is streaming. That would be a fun one. Or I could throw you at somebody slightly bigger, maybe. I don't know. What are we feeling? What are we feeling, chat? I think. Got to look at my stepdad who I hate and he's ranting about embryos. Ugh. The worst. The absolute worst. I'll tell you what. Let's go and say hello to... I was tagged in a post with this person, so we're gonna go say hello to Barry Bray, who is playing Pokemon Legends ZA, a game that is fine. It is a game that is fine, that I have a lot of thoughts about, that I will leave for now. Here's your raid message. If you're not a sub, use whatever emotes you like. Become a proper regular by joining the Queer Buccaneer Tavern over on Discord. You don't have to be a sub or anything to join the Discord. Just come and say hello. And Christmas is coming up. If you've got Secret Santas to buy for, if you've got nerdy friends to buy for, nerdyqueer.com is the way to go. Just saying. Best shit on Etsy. But Till next time, book a near, book far, whatever the book you are. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you, bye.